So I hope there's been a few little tips and techniques that you can learn about or take away in terms of how this brain learns. A couple of other little things in relation to this, just before I move on, is this idea that, you know, when you do study, it's quite helpful to just do a short burst and then take a break and actually try this. Try going to a different place and doing a different subject for a different amount of time, okay? Some of the research I'm finding is that they're suggesting for students is to mix up how you study. So if you've got, say, an afternoon off and you're preparing for an upcoming exam, instead of spending 2 hours in your bedroom, you know, at your study desk or whatever, doing maths or science or history, whatever it might be, that you actually break it up and you do a short burst of maybe just do half an hour or 40 minutes, take a break, get up and move to a new room and do another burst on another subject, okay? So short burst and then have a break, different subject, different place, different room in the house, inside, outside, at your friend's place, in the library, wherever, is really good for brains in a way that it likes to receive and process information, okay? So keep that in mind, mix it up a little bit. One other thing that's also helpful relates to this idea that I mentioned earlier about attention, because your brain actually has to decide what you notice. If you think about it, if you were aware of everything coming through your senses, okay, the sound of the air conditioning, the projector, my voice, what's happening on the screen, the person fidgeting next to you in a chair, how you're feeling, you know, all of that stuff is all too much information for brain to notice all at once, okay? So your brain has to be selective about what you notice, okay? Sensory selection process. And the rule is only what's important gets through. So I said earlier, those subjects that are not really interesting, they're boring, your attention switches off because it's not important. Who's got teachers that they don't get on with? Okay, pretty common, right? Again, any type of attitudes towards your teacher or the subject content, whatever it might be, brain will switch off because it's not important, and then brain needs that attention to learn. So I want to show you a little video so you can get an experience of this. And if you've seen it before, because it's been around for a while, just follow the instructions in a way, okay? Follow the instructions in a way. Have a look at this, guys.
This is an awareness test. How many passes does the team in white make?
Okay, so we're counting the passes. That's 1, 2, 3. Keep counting. Okay, how many did you get?
The answer is 13.
13, yes. Yes. But
did you see the moonwalking bear?
Did you see the moonwalking bear? Okay, don't count now, okay? Just watch it like normal TV. You notice this guy? Isn't that weird, you know? But it's just an ad on YouTube, right? Look out for cyclists. They're just ads that are on UK because you know how the rule is only what's important gets through. They're trying to get to drivers that tend to drive. They tend to pull up an intersection and look for other cars because they think that's what's important. They pull out, they just literally don't see the cyclist, so the guy gets hit. But in terms of, if you want to look at these again, just go on YouTube and do a search under awareness test, because there's a whole bunch of them up there and you can kind of show your friends and stuff, see if it tricks them. But the idea is you are asked to count the throws, okay? And as you're counting the throws, brain has to notice that it shuts out the other stuff that's coming through. So you literally just don't see the guy in the bear suit, okay? That's the way we're built. We're built that way, so don't worry about it if you didn't see it. In terms of learning, though, as I said earlier, we need attention and conscious attention in order to learn stuff, to get the brain to form those connections. So a good way to do that is to try and find ways, if you have challenges with particular subjects or with a particular teacher, that you find a way to shift your attitudes towards them. And a good way to do that is to set a goal. Okay? Goal setting creates value. It tells your brain, this is important, I need to know this. And so I'm suggesting maybe set an academic goal and you say to yourself, right now I'm at this level and by the end of the year I want to really be up here, just a little bit ahead of where I think I could be by the end of the year. I want to actually extend it. And what that does is it helps to tell brain that this is important, I need to know this stuff, yeah, as you're moving towards your goal. You can also set almost like little mini goals and intention. You say to your brain that every time that you come to study, that you tell your brain what to look for. You say, okay, brain, I'm going to do the next half an hour, I'm going to do this and this and this as you're looking through your class notes, okay, as a little strategy, setting a goal and intention. Intention, the rule is intention activates attention, okay, so you get yourself kind of switched on by setting an intention with every time that you kind of break it into small study sessions. And relaxation helps that process as well, okay, so keep that in mind. When we relax, attention's more focused on the information we're trying to learn, all right.